Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've made any videos, and bear with me, I'm a bit ill. Got the sniffles, got the hay fever, got everything, and I just wanted to talk about some things that's been on my mind. So I've heard a lot about this thing called neurodivergency. Obviously, there's autism, there's ADHD, there's all different stages or signs of the spectrum, right? And I'm still trying to understand neurodivergency, right? I'm still trying to get into grasp of it, of like understanding it fully to its depth. And I've me personally, I've gone to my doctors to ask them to do assessment for me because I wanted to check if I had bipolar, because I believe that certain signs, just my moods and just feeling low and stuff like that, I felt like, oh, is it bipolar or something? Or, when I'm falling out with people. And talking to my GP was like, you are definitely showing signs of ADHD and not bipolar. So let me do an assessment, done the assessment for them to say no. They think it's not ADHD, they think it's high functioning autism. Now, anyone I've met, whether professionals, friends, or anyone that I'm speaking to, work colleagues, they've said you've got ADHD. Like the way you behave is definitely ADHD. And I understand that a lot of black women, when they get, or actually just women as well, I'm hearing that, we mask it so well that they tend to overlook us, right? So since getting the diagnosis high function autism or suggestion, right, they've not done anything about it. So I've had to resend it again and say I want another assessment, I need a second opinion. I was told that I can't get a second opinion. Basically, so many back and forth, but it's still ongoing. And being around someone else who is neurodivergent and has worked with people with different spectrums, she's now suggested I go get assessed for ASD. So again, autism spectrum disorder. And I agree. Now, I'm 35 years old. I'm British. Parents are from Ghana. This is not something that I knew of. And definitely some things like ADHD and ASD and things like that, I see it in my children, which thank God they got an advocate like me that I can, push forward and get that sorted before they reach adulthood. So they're not left feeling confused and wondering if there's something wrong with them. They just need a bit extra support. Now, all my life growing up, I've had quite a lot of traumatic events, and I will be sharing them eventually again, because I have before, but I've had to private it because of other legal matters. However, I've always assumed or connected that my trauma was the reason why I behaved certain ways, not knowing that it could be because of being on the spectrum. I honestly, being on the spectrum was like the last of it, because when you associate people with SEN, you associate someone being like the far spectrum, as in can't speak, can't communicate, no, like totally no eye contact, no social awareness, no safety awareness. I think of the extreme, to then realize that there's actually more subtle signs. And I feel like just knowing that alone is kind of giving me that kind of like reassurance that there's nothing wrong with me. Because for years I felt like there was just something wrong. Like there's just something wrong with you. There's something off key about you, because I have friendships that were always falling out. But then I realized having these signs or whatnot, some of it is like I'm very hyper vigilant. Like I can pick up things very quickly before the average person. So again, I put that down to probably trauma, as in having to check the room, scan the room to see if the energy is going to change, because I might be getting in trouble or something might be happening to harm me. And then I put it down to spirituality as well, because as you know, people with spiritual gifts, as majority of us have spiritual gifts and different versions, we could put it down to, oh, it's just a gift of just knowing, having discernment. So all in it entwined is just like, oh, actually, human wise, should I say, it's this. Spiritually, it's this. Trauma-wise, it's this. So it's really just uncovering it. And I'm really on this journey to finding self. So finding self spiritually, finding self humanly, and finding myself trauma-wise. Like, and really digging down and delving down to just uncover myself. And the journey is something that it can be eye-opening, definitely eye-opening, because there's times where certain things you felt weren't bothering you, or you thought you didn't even realize was a problem for you, is a problem, and you're like, oh, that's why I do that. So right now, every little thing, well, I try not to do every little thing, but I try my best. Like, I'll try and understand, okay, why did I do that, or why have I thought that thought, just trying to catch it in the moment rather than waiting for it to be too late. And then when I realized that, yeah, I'm listening to my feelings more, my feelings and how my body is reacting. So I guess I'm doing a bit of CBT therapy as well. I've also heard about EDMR, which, I'm open to anything really, but I just thought I'll share this with you for anyone else that's probably going through the same thing, or has gone through the same thing, or, kind of don't know what to do. I'm in the same shoes. I'm in the same shoes as you. I'm trying to understand myself, as well as navigate being a parent, and trying to make my children understand themselves as well. Because, it can get hard. It can get a bit confusing. You can second guess yourself a lot. I'd be doing that a lot. I'd be second guessing. I'm like, no, it was me. I didn't need, and I understand that could be trauma based. And then, it's just a lot. But other than that, I say, if you believe that you may not think like the average person or the people around you, or you can watch videos on YouTube to see certain signs, but obviously everyone's different. I say there's no harm in getting assessed. Contact your GP, let them know that you want the right to choose, and literally just, there's no harm in trying. And if you do get an opinion and the first opinion is a no, don't be discredited. Don't be discouraged. Oh, sorry. Don't be discouraged. Do it again. Or get some support for that. Appeal it and fight for yourself. Because I feel like majority of these times when you do go to get assessment for ADHD and all these things, because there's such a rise in people knowing or realizing that, oh, hold on, this is what it is. I feel like maybe their criteria, they have to say no first. I think. I don't know. I'm not a nurse practitioner. I don't work for I'm not a doctor, so these are just opinions and suggestions. Can't give advice. But yeah, so I'll just say, guys, keep fighting for yourself, especially women, especially Black women, because we can be overlooked when it comes to the healthcare. As you know, I didn't really see it before until times like this and other health complications that I've had before in the past, that I realized we can tend to get overlooked, or I don't necessarily think is always the case, are overlooked. Not discrediting people that have been overlooked, but I think as well, I think it could be kind of culture as well, and not just Black women, but I could feel like it could be culture as well, as that we tend to say we're okay even if we're not. We tend to downplay the pain that's been bothering us, or that bump on our leg, or that itch, or that cut, or that sore on the feet, or we tend to downplay it because we just don't want to be seen as like an issue. Like, so we just say, oh no, it's just a little thing. So obviously the person who's seen to us may downplay it because we've downplayed it, when really it's struggling. We're struggling. We're not waking up properly, or we're not sleeping properly. We're having nightmares. We're having constant pain. We're having mood problems, and we may see the mood problem as something else, not realizing it's got to do with that health issue. So I say, when it comes to your health, do not downplay it at all. If anything, go higher if you need to, because they see how many billions of people all the time if you downplay it, they'll just be like, oh, it's okay, another one, and go to the next one. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Bye.